So we're going to go over 2 out of 3. We might go skim some of the conjunctions, but basic conjunctions that you should know about, connect a word or a phrase to a clause, all right, are the fanboys, all right. They're called the coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions. And what type of clause are they going to connect when they go clause to clause? All right, the coordinating conjunctions are going to connect independent clause. All right, so 2 independent clauses are going to be connected, and then you're going to have that coordinating conjunction with a comma, usually like an and or a but or a or the more popular so. Okay, you can throw a so in there. But they're the fanboys. That's what they're called. All right. Over here is kind of mnemonic device to help you remember for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. I don't really use yet a ton. I'm sure you don't either. Most people don't use for as well. They use and, but, or, so. Okay. So independent clauses is another word to say basically a simple sentence. And what a simple sentence has is 2 parts. It has a subject and it has a predicate. Predicate is a fancy word for basically a verb. A subject is who the sentence is talking about. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. I just thought it would be cool to put that frog on there. So that's pretty much what coordinating conjunctions do. Coordinating conjunctions, they make compound sentences. Because this is something that really doesn't, I'm going to go over, but it really doesn't make conjunctions that are used in pairs. Okay? Correlative are conjunctions that are used in pairs. You have either or when you use it in a pair. Either you are part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And then you can find either or and either nor, not only but also, whether or, and both and. Okay? Either or and either nor, these are probably the 2 most popular. Not only but also would be the third. But those are correlative when you use the conjunctions that are used in pairs. Subordinate conjunctions connect dependent clause. Alright? And then they also connect an independent clause to the dependent clause. Okay? To complete the meaning of the dependent clause. Meaning, if we just use a dependent clause, alright, it cannot stand on its own. You guys are students. Most of you have people who take care of you. And basically, you cannot live by yourself. Correct? You need an independent clause or a parent to provide for you to make you whole, just like a subordinating conjunction. It's a part of a dependent clause, and without that independent clause, it cannot make a complete sentence. Alright? Let's take a look at the example given to you. More people will get involved when they realize that Earth is home sweet home. A dependent clause will usually starts with a subordinating conjunction. Okay? Do you see a dependent clause in the example sentence at all?
When.
When. Okay? So when is your subordinating conjunction, and we know that subordinating conjunctions connect a dependent clause to an independent clause. Okay? So that means the entire rest of this part is a dependent clause. If I read this out to you like we were on the phone, and I was on the phone with you, and I said, when they realize Earth is home sweet home, if I said it out to you, would you expect more? Yes. So what is a dependent clause? A dependent clause is when it needs more. So when you need more to complete a whole sentence, that is what we're talking about. What is your clause? All right, it starts with a subordinated conjunction generally, and then it continues throughout the way. To a, when I read it, I need more. If I read a dependent clause, I know that there has to be another half of the sentence to make sense. It's don't want to even though. Even though is a good one too. You have although, even though. I think after, although, this stuff I should take out. Okay, because is good, before is good, if, unless, until, when, whereas, not so much, while is good. Provided that so that, forget those. Nobody writes that way yet. Okay, if you get those down, those are some meaningful transition words.